Okay YouTubers, so I might as well show you what this weekend entailed. First of all, I think it was Thursday night, I got this heap of shit dropped off. On Thursday night it drove here. Now there's no hope of it ever driving again. And fuck, that bonnet catches. Oh, fuck yeah. Come on. Oh well, it'll now be a German car. Yep, see, now it's German, opens forward. So anyway, as you can see, no engine here anymore, nor transmission, nor any computers. Radiator, condenser, transmission cooler. Oh no, sorry, the condenser's still there. But everything else, CV shafts, all gone. I'll pull the power steering rack out tomorrow. And now that looks like it wants to hang on. Anyway, I'll finish pulling that out. Might pull the brake booster out. Although it doesn't feel too. It's probably not worth it. Interior wise, dash, everything, all the computers, dash, radio, everything basically is pulled out. Still got some good seats. All central locking motors and shit are pulled out. There's not much that's really left. It did have a gas system, I pulled that out. The deal was I got the car for free, but I pulled out the gas system and gave that to the old owner because he reckons he has a mate who will pay him $500 for it, so that was the deal. So it took me half an hour at the most to pull all the gas components off. So then I stuck that in the tank in the back of my Magna, took them over in this morning, and you know, the rest of the car's mine. So now the car itself, tomorrow I'll take the rims, wheels off, sit it on some blocks over there, and it'll be taken away by the wreckers. Now they won't pay me anything for it because it's got nothing in it, but I mean, I'm going to take all the rims, wheels, everything off it, because the tyres will go onto mine. So as you can see there, about 85%. Not that mine are much. Mine are pretty good, the tyres on it, but still. So yeah, as far as the motor's concerned, we've got that. Ow! I pulled that out in the garage. Started Friday night, had it out by Saturday about 12 o'clock. And there goes me mate. So anyway, here's the motor. It's a 2.6 litre Mitsubishi motor, same as what's in mine, except this one doesn't smoke. It's had valve stem seals done. I think about 10,000k ago, if that. Oh no, it's a bit more than 10, maybe 20,000k ago, and it's been rebuilt as indicated by that warranty plate thing there. So it's a pretty clean motor, runs well, doesn't burn any oil or anything like that. It does have a pretty bad oil leak out of the crank pulley, but seeing as that's out, that's piss easy to do. Also got the radiator down there, which was on here until I washed the engine this morning. And there's the auto. Now, the auto, though it will fit in mine, I don't think I'll bother putting it in there. I might see if someone wants to swap me a manual transmission for it, because there's website Australian Magna Club. I'll see if anybody's interested in swapping me a complete manual for the auto. Now the auto was put in there about 30,000k ago, because the original auto shit itself. So this was swapped in there and it changes smooth as silk. It's very good auto actually. The fluid when I took it out was a bit manky. It's got all the torque converter and everything that I took off the engine. The only problem with taking the engine out was the fact that originally I left the engine in, took the auto out and tried to push, because I had the front about a foot up in the air on some stands, or at least this side, and tried to push the auto out and down so that I could take the motor out separately, because I didn't want to have to pull the weight of the motor and the auto on the trusses of the garage. Although it would have done it fine, I reckon, in the end. But yeah, so that was the only hang up I had, which all I did in the end was the selector switch, which was mounted on here. It's just a switch assembly. Because it kept hanging up, you can see the scratch marks along here where it was hanging up on the frame. So what I did was smash that off, because I'd already had the auto down on an angle like that and couldn't pull it back any further off the torque converter, so I smashed that off so that the auto slipped back even further. Then what I did was just lift the engine up free with the block and tackle, and the auto fell out onto the floor. So that was easy. Then all I did was hoist the engine up and push the car out with the auto still under it. So yeah, well no, actually I pulled the auto out, then put it down on its rims. But they're just sitting there, there's no CV, so those tyres, the hubs are just sitting there and you can really feel it. And the power steering is the same. I couldn't get the bottom ball joints out, so I ended up to get the CVs out. I just undid the top of the suspension, or undid the steering knuckle from the shock, and pulled the hub down so that I could slip the CV out, and I had to cut the brake lines to do it, but who cares. So yeah, that's that. Might pull those lights out. I'll pull the electric mirrors off. Anything I can get a bit of money for on eBay, pull the lights off. If I get 30 bucks for the set of headlights, 30 bucks for the set of mirrors, 30 bucks for the rear lights, it's already 90 bucks. I mean, people sell them for a lot more than that. I think a single headlight's 25 on eBay, but I won't be greedy. I'll just sell both the front set for 30 bucks. I mean, you're guaranteed a sale, or at least semi-guaranteed a sale. So all the parts, or at least all the front wiring loom and everything. That's the front wiring loom here. It's the complete front wiring loom, or at least AFI and TCU. Down here's the rest of my spanners and shit. It's rear windscreen wiper motor, rear lights, dash, which I don't know, the fuel gauge seems to be crook on that, I'm not sure. Whether I'll be able to sell that like that, I'll have to see. That's combination switch, that's indicators and all that, which, you know, if I get 20 bucks for that, it all amounts up. Then the rest is just switches and relays, which I kept for myself. Like, that's the mirror switch, that can go with the mirrors, but the rest of it just all those type of push button, illuminated push buttons, which are always useful. And yeah, rear wiper motor. Who knows whether I should be able to sell that. Should be able to sell it all, really, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. So anyway, I've got the rest of the parts. Alright, there's a little skink. What are you doing there, mate? That's auto trans fluid that come out, but it's got coolant in it as well, so it's useless now. They're the rear lights. I'll mount them in shrouds and use them as headlights on the motor. They were reverse lights, so there's the set of them. So they'll be right. ECU, and that's TCU. TCU will obviously go with the transmission. It's just more switches and shit like that. That's the automatic transmission mode. Rear mount, high mount, rear mount, like whatever you want to call it. Like on eBay, that's advertised for 25 bucks. If I stick it on there for 10, I'm almost guaranteed a sale if anybody's looking for one. Coil, keep that for mine because it's useful. All that sort of shit. Over here, starter motor, which I don't know whether it cooked, because I was trying to start it on gas with no petrol because the fuel pump wasn't working, so that might have cooked. Either cooked or the relay, which it was connected to, cooked. Water pump, which is good. I think that's a Japanese one, is it? Might be cheaper aftermarket one. I've got a Japanese one in mind though, but spare water pump, alternator, throttle body down there. It's all good stuff to have. So yeah, I've got everything basically, and there's a few like this. I'll stick that back in the car. I don't really want to keep that. Don't really want any of that sort of shit. So it's almost reusable, but it's not going to fit mine, is it? There you go. So yeah, I don't know whether this video is very interesting, but anyway, pulled all the fuses out. I'll pull the heavy cables out because they're always useful. Exhaust system. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, why didn't you fix this one up and use this? Number one, smashed rear window. That was the main reason. Smashed rear window. Paint, as you can see, is absolutely rat shit, so it would have needed a full respray, which, you know, I could have done myself, but you know, that would have been a half-assed job. So really, realistically, by the time you pay $1,000 for someone to respray it, new exhaust, say if I installed it myself, lucky to get away under 300 bucks. Rear window, I don't know, 300 say. So already we're up to, what, 1,600. Roadworthy, it would have needed other little things like, what else would have needed? All like the sway bar links and everything are pretty fucked. So yeah, full brakes, full brake job. So you know, you're probably looking at $2,000 to get it back on the road. It just wasn't worth it. Whereas mine's already on the road, and I paid nothing for it, spent nothing on it so far, apart from roadworthy. But you spend that on any car. So yeah, we'll close up our German bonnet, and that'll be that. So let's go to the wreckers tomorrow. So yeah, that's my little update. I don't know how many people are bored for 10 minutes, but anyway, there you go. Don't know whether you can see down there, but it's all pretty clean. We'll take the rocker cover off and the sump off and give it a good clean.